Okay. Hi, and welcome to Old School Blues Guitar. And I am in the process of redoing some of my earlier lessons that I did covering some of the great electric blues guitar instrumentals of all time. And I'm going to do a new version of my lesson for a song called Steel Guitar Rag by the great Ike Turner. And this is one of my favorite instrumentals of all time. I did a lesson earlier, but I didn't have as good a camera and lighting, and also I had some questions about the song that I really hadn't answered yet, so I hope that I can give you a better version of this lesson here. The song is in the key of E, and you're going to be playing through a pretty simple progression. And the key of E, we're going to need a first position E chord, which is played down here with my first finger on the first fret of the third string, and my second finger getting both the fourth and fifth strings at the second fret. You can play it like that, or you can play it with two fingers in there, like that, however you want to do it. There's also going to be what I call an F-shaped chord that we're going to move all over the place. And F, if you make a chord like this, that's an F chord. My first finger was on the first and second strings at the first fret. My second finger is on the second fret of the third string, and my ring finger typically would be on the F, which is at the fourth fret of the third string. But in Ike Turner's version of Steel Guitar Rag, he's going to abbreviate that chord a little bit, and he's going to really just use the first two fingers. And he's going to play this chord shape in different places. He's going to play it here with my first finger on the fifth fret of the first and second strings. That is an A. So instead of playing a full bar shape or a full F shape, he's just going to play three strings using two fingers. That's the A. He's going to play that same shape two frets up at the seventh fret, which is going to be a B, seventh and eighth fret. Then he's going to take it all the way to the 12th and 13th frets, which is an E. Here's an E. Here's an E. And then, at one point, a couple points in the song, he's going to play an F sharp. So you just take that same shape and move it to the second and third fret. And those are really the chords that you need for this song. He does throw in, sounds like a B7 at points. So a B7th, if you don't know that. My first finger is on the first fret of the fourth string. Second finger on the second fret of the fifth string, ring finger on the second fret of the third string, pinky on the second fret of the first string. And there's my B shape. Now everything that he plays in his version of the tune, it's going to be kind of based on those chord shapes. And as far as the solo parts, we'll get into all that in detail. Now the song itself, I expect you to listen to the song. Ike Turner's Steel Guitar Rag. You can find it on YouTube or download it somewhere for $1 or so. So the first part of the song starts out, there's the drums playing. Let me in fact play it for you right here. And it kicks into the first verse. Now if you're playing a rhythm guitar, you could kind of play that rhythm. And right about there he comes in. He starts out with this line. So that's the first thing that he plays, which is the melody of the song. So he's starting on the second fret of the fifth string. And he's picking twice, one, and then hammering on to the fourth fret of the fifth string. And then back to the second fret of the fourth string. And then sliding, sounds like from the fourth fret to the sixth fret. And then give a little vibrato there on the sixth fret of the fourth string. So that first line. And then he does the same thing, but this time he ends up on the fifth fret of the fourth string. That's what I hear at least. There's the first one. Like that. And then he's going to walk this bass down. he's doing that, and then 4-2 on the 4th string. Same thing on the 5th string. Then he's going to pull down the 2nd fret of the 6th string and let it ring open a little bit. You can do that a lot of different ways. So the whole first part goes like this. And that is the bass line that he uses to open up the tune with. And then he's going to shift over to the treble strings. And he's going to do this. And so what he's doing there, open 2nd string and hammering on to the 2nd fret of the 2nd string, and then open 1st string. So that little lick. And then he's going to slide the first time to the 4th fret of the 1st string. And then to the 7th fret of the 1st string with an open note in between. So one more time slowly. See how he does that? And then back here. Open 1st string. And then he's going to pick on the 3rd fret of the 1st string. 1, 2, 3. 2nd fret. Open 2nd string. So he's playing a lot of that melody just on the 1st and 2nd strings with some open notes in there. So the whole first part so far, slowly. Like that. And then he winds it up. So like that. So he's doing that same little phrase that he did at the beginning of the parts where he plays on the 1st and 2nd string. And then he walks back up. So 2nd fret of the 1st string, open. Same thing on the 2nd string. Hammer on to the 1st fret of the 3rd string. And then he gets the 2nd fret of the 4th string. So let's do that whole thing. Now I may miss a few notes here and there. Just trying to do this off of memory. Check the tab. I've got it all tabbed out exactly there. So the second part of that. And then sometimes he does this little, or some little picking progression with the E chord shape. And I can't remember when and where he does that. I've got it on the tablature. So that's the first part. Let me play that whole first part. This is maybe one of the more difficult parts of the song. Starts out. Get that part. Just some kind of little picking motion out of with the chord shape. So there's the end of the first part of the song. If you listen to the original, let's listen to it here real quick. And that takes us into the bridge part. This is relatively simple. So he does this. So he's playing, if you listen to the original song, Bob Wills and the Texas Playboys with Leon McCullough, playing the steel guitar. He's kind of imitating the steel guitar with those licks. They're pretty simple. All those licks is that F shape, the two-fingered F shape. And he's sliding into it from either the 4th fret, so he's got his second finger going from the 4th fret to the 6th fret of the 3rd string, or he's going from the 5th fret. And you can listen to it and decide how far he slides on that. I think I tabbed it out 2 frets from the 4th fret. And he's just doing this picking. And he does different patterns throughout the song, and I tried to tab them out exactly for you. But here I'm just going to play kind of whatever comes to mind. So he does over the A, and then he's going to slide from the 2nd to the 4th fret on the 1st string. And I think he's going from the 5th fret to the 2nd fret and open on the 2nd string. So it's like this. And then he does the F sharp, sliding into that F shape from the 1st fret to the 2nd fret with the 1st finger. Then to the B, and then to the A again, and then he does this again. Same thing. And then F sharp, the B, to the 12th and 13th frets with the E. So let me play that whole part slowly one time. There is the second verse. Let's listen to it. You might hear I'm emphasizing the notes a little differently. I can't play this note for note exactly. I just can't memorize it. But again, I do have it tabbed out. So that's the end of the second verse. For the third verse of Ike Turner's Guitar Rag, he's going to keep that same idea going, but he's going to start now at the 12th fret. Let me play it for you one time all the way through. So this time he's only using 3 positions. He's starting at the E, 12th and 13th frets. Then he's going right to the 5 or the B. And then he's going back to the 1 or the E. To the A or the 4. 1, 5. And back to the 1. So he's just using these shapes, the E, the A, and the B. You just have to get the melody in your head. Let's do that one more time slowly. And that's the end of verse 3 of Ike Turner's Guitar Rag. Guitar Rag, he goes into a boogie bass pattern. He ends the previous verse like this. Then he goes into the boogie pattern. Except he doesn't throw in. He doesn't do that. He just goes like this. Something like that. That's one part I haven't got for sure. Maybe just mutes the 5th string open. I'll go through and teach that here. So the pattern starts out open 6th string, and then 4th fret, and then 2nd fret of the 5th string. And you can hear him alternating the picking. He hits it open once on the 4th fret of the 6th string, and then doubles up on the 2nd fret of the 5th string, and the 4th fret of the 5th string, and then doubles up again on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. Something like that. It would be hard to play that doubling up the whole time, so something like that. And keeps that going on the E. And then to the B, he goes from the B, which is the 2nd fret of the 5th string, or you can do a little bend. But I think he's just going like this, from the 2nd fret of the 5th string to the 6th fret of the 5th string, 4th fret of the 4th string, 6th fret, 7th, 6th, and back. So like this. And he winds up on the 6th fret of the 5th string. Check the tab on that. And then he goes to the A, over the A. He's doing this little modified boogie. Actually, this is back on the E. So he's going from the 2nd fret of the 4th string to the 4th fret of the 5th string, and then 2-4 on the 5th string. And then to the A, open 5th. Real similar to what he played over the B. And then he does this. This note, got that, so that's the 2nd fret of the 4th string. 4th fret of the 5th string, 2nd fret, and then this note, I don't know if he hits, I think it's an open A. And then he does that bend, and he just lets it hang. Not quite that much, but he doesn't play anything else. I did this. He doesn't do that. So let's play that whole boogie pattern. This is verse number 4. Later he's going to repeat this, but with a couple little variations in it. So he starts out.